Take the hit, take the hit, take the hit. Welcome back to FPL Take the Hit. You're here with Mick and Joff, and today we are doing our quickfire Gameweek 11 preview, and we're going to kick it off, Joff, with our Leicester options to look for over the coming game weeks, mate. It's a bit of a shit show from Southampton, and we're obviously there's going to be a lot of people pouring into this Leicester attack, i.e. Jamie Vardy. 412,000 people have already signed him at the actual recording of this video. What are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, Jamie Vardy, great option. 90 minutes every single game week. He's definitely one. He's definitely one for the template for the time being. So I feel like if you don't own him, be wary, because he's going to be it's going to be a bit of a dangerous kind of ploy not to have him. But
yeah, just on Jamie Vardy, he said the most shots on target in the last 4, 7 shots on target. Moving on to their midfielders, I mean, we can look at the likes of Maddison, Tielemans, Barnes, even Jose Perez. Just on Tielemans and Perez have both had 9 goal attempts in their last 4 games. It's up there. It's in the top 10 of midfielders in the game. So not too bad options there. I personally prefer Tielemans. I think he's been a bit more consistent over the course of the season.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Joe? Who do you think's the best midfield asset for this Leicester team?
I want to say Perez. I really rate Perez. I mean, I had him at the start of the year. I haven't owned any other Leicester midfielders besides actually Perez, which I got rid of pretty quickly at the start of the season. But I don't know. Obviously, for the time being, I think Tielemans and Maddison obviously the better options over Barnes and Perez. But I don't know. Who knows what Game Week 15 could kind of dish up? It could be Perez in that position anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I think owning Vardy and a Leicester midfielder could be a bit of overkill because this Southampton game is only a single game, so you've got to look at it in that respect. So I think just bringing in Vardy is enough to cover that Leicester attack.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, mate, let's move on to the Manchester United attack. Wow, this is an interesting one. This is one I didn't actually foresee coming, but they do have a great run of fixtures coming up, which I'll just run through. Bournemouth away, Brighton at home, Sheffield away, Aston Villa at home, Tottenham at home. So obviously there's a lot of people that are pouring in on the Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford bandwagons, Joff. Are you one of them?
I think that it could be a great option. I mean, who knows? I might be bringing Rashford this week. Maybe not, to be fair. But 2 back-to-back 9-pointers. He missed the penalty, which would have got him another fair few points as well. So I think that Rashford is a great option for this week. Look, it's a risk. For me, this one here is a bit of a risk because he's overpriced for that. He still hasn't kind of discovered that price tag to be that as consistent, you know what I mean? But yeah, Martial as well, man. What are your thoughts on Martial?
Martial's just very injury prone for me. He's got 911 on speed dial just in case he falls over and knocks his leg. So I'm not looking at Martial. Rashford, I can understand. He is only 1 shot behind Jamie Vardy for shots on target over the last 4. So I can understand on that one, mate. Let's move on to Manchester City madness. We're all trying to second guess Pep Guardiola, and we're all failing at it. Let's be honest.
You don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? It's a big question mark. Jesus and Aguero both started in the Carabao Cup, so. If you've got Aguero, maybe keep him 1 more week and then maybe ship him off. But it's a really crazy situation down at City.
Yeah, it's tough to predict who is going to start out of Jesus and Aguero at the moment, especially because Jesus' stats have been quite well. His underlying stats. He's actually leading the league in goal attempts in the last 4 game weeks with 17 goal attempts. So, wow. I mean, I'm not recommending Jesus. I'm not recommending Aguero either. But if you do want a City option, you've got to go either Sterling or De Bruyne strictly on the threat of rotation being quite minimal with those two.
Yeah, fair enough as well. I think Sterling's in amazing form and De Bruyne's he's probably the best player to have in the game, let's be honest.
That's it, mate. Let's move on to Brighton Boost, mate. We'll have a look at this Brighton team revitalised under Potter this season. They've got Norwich at home this week, Joff. I've bigged up Mr. Maupay on the podcast, mate, and you're looking at Connolly as a cut price option.
Yeah, I think they're both good options this week. I feel like obviously with Trossard and Gross there as well lurking, and obviously Murray, maybe Connolly's minutes might get a bit eaten up, but at the same time, like Maupay's guaranteed starts. He's got 4 goals this season, and I think he was potentially a reckless abandoned triple captain pick this week. But who knows, man? They could do some damage against Norwich. Anything's possible there.
Well, that's the thing with Maupay. He's just been racking up the attempts. He's literally 3rd for goal attempts, sitting on 12, just in there behind Jesus and Abraham. So the guys, he's taken some shots there. So
Is that in the last like 4 game weeks or?
the last 4 game weeks, that's
Yeah.
right. So yeah, at 6 million, he's really a cut price option in our forward lines to think about. Someone that you probably wouldn't think about, but you probably should think about. He should be in the forefront of your mind, mate.
Yeah, true.
All right, mate. Well, let's move on to our Liverpool Lookers. Villa away this week, so it is a promoted team. Villa have looked a little bit more resolute, considering they are a promoted team. But obviously, this Liverpool team, who are championship favourites at the moment, what do you think about this game, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, Salah and Mane, usual suspects. I feel like they're going to do the usual business as well. Like, it was like such a typical performance the last game week against Tottenham, where basically they both got goal assist, one got goal, one got assist kind of thing. And yeah, I think that they're unbelievable options. Obviously, same as Alexander-Arnold. TAA has just been in amazing form. And you got some nice stats on TAA as well, don't you?
Yeah, I got some nice stats on all these Liverpool assets. Minus Mane's stats aren't the best, but Salah's ridiculous. 16 goal attempts. It's the most of any midfielder, and he's had 12 shots in the box, just one behind Raheem Sterling.
There you go.
Just ridiculous what he's done. And obviously TAA, he's just the most dynamic defender in the game. He's created 14 chances in the last 4 game weeks, which is the most out of any defender.
Hey.
And he's put in 16 corners and 12 crosses, which is literally one behind Rico on both accounts, which is a bit crazy considering those two are sitting at the top of the most sacking stats in all of FPL.
That's pretty crazy. It's insane to hear that about Rico. Kind of just like, why don't I own Rico? Why don't I have this guy? Like, I just feel like he's a game away from getting a goal as well and really becoming a relevant player as well. But yeah, that's another subject, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, that about wraps up our quick fire for this week, mate. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that like, subscribe. You can get a whole bunch more of FPL Take the Hit and Mick and Joff. Hit the notification so we can hit you up with all our content as it becomes available.
That's it. Thanks, guys. And if you do like our content, we'll really appreciate any kind of support. So if you'd like to head over to Patreon, so www.patreon.com/FPL Take the Hit.
Excellent, mate. If you do want to give us a shout out or have a chat with us on Twitter or Instagram, Joff's over on Instagram. You can hit him up on Instagram and you can hit me up on Twitter. And as we always say at FPL Take the Hit, always remember to stay positive.
Keep chasing them green arrows, guys.
Thanks, guys. Ciao.
Take the hit, take the hit, take